of the Imitation of Christ by Thomas à Kempis. Book 3 of Interior Consolation. Chapter 19 of Supporting Injuries, and Who is Proved to be Truly Patient. What is that thou sayest, my son? Cease to complain, considering my passion and that of other saints. Thou hast not yet resisted unto blood. What thou sufferest is but little in comparison of those who have suffered so much, who have been so strongly tempted, so grievously afflicted, in so manifold ways tried and exercised. Thou must then call to mind the heavier sufferings of others, that thou mayest the more easily bear the very little things thou sufferest. And if to thee they seem not very little, take heed lest this also proceed from thine impatience. But whether they be little or great, strive to bear them all with patience. The better thou disposest thyself for suffering, the more wisely dost thou act, and the more fully dost thou merit. And thou wilt bear it more lightly when thy mind is well prepared for it, and thou art accustomed to it. And say not, I cannot bear these things from such a man, nor are things of this kind to be endured by me, for he has done me a great injury, and he upbraids me with things I never thought of. But I will gladly suffer from another, and as far as I shall judge fitting for me to suffer. Such a thought is foolish, for it considers not the virtue of patience, nor by whom it shall be crowned, but rather broods over the persons and the offenses given to self. He who will suffer no more than seems to him good, and from whom he pleases, is not a truly patient man. The truly patient man considers not by what man he is tried, whether by his superior, by an equal, or by an inferior, whether by a good and holy man, or by one that is perverse and unworthy. But how much soever, and how often soever, any adversity happen to him from any thing created, he takes it all from the hand of God with joy, and esteems it great gain. For nothing, how little soever, that is suffered for the sake of God, can pass without merit in the sight of God. Be thou therefore girt for the fight, if thou desirest to gain the victory. Without a struggle thou canst not obtain the crown of patience. If thou wilt not suffer, thou refusest to be crowned. But if thou desirest to be crowned, fight manfully, endure patiently. Without labor we are not on the way to rest, and without fighting we come not to victory. May thy grace, O Lord, make that possible to me, which seems impossible to me by nature. Thou knowest that I can bear but little, and that I am quickly cast down when a small adversity arises. Let any exercise of tribulation become an object of love and desire to me, because of thy name. For to suffer and to be harassed for thee is very healthful to my soul. And that concludes Chapter 19 of Book 3 of the Imitation of Christ.